for episode 1 of Football Manager 2016, because National Football Club is the team we are. Well, for the time being, if you joined us last time, you will know that we suffered relegation. Finished bottom of the league. I've just realised I haven't done this, so apologies. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, we finished bottom of the league. It wasn't a good campaign at all. Had the most losses, worst defensive record barring one team in FC Halifax, the team that came up with us, and they looked to do all right. They had 15 wins as opposed to our 7. Yeah, it wasn't a good season. Just before the end of the season, I did decide to have a friendly, just to try and gauge a new tactic or something. We got a 4-2 win against a team that we've beaten 6-0 in friendlies before, so you can kind of see how poor we were. So it's a big rebuilding job next season. But first, I'll show you the 11, the chosen 11 sort of thing. Pat Atkinson, worth noting, has retired. Bridges is long gone. Ty Phillips, I think, is now gone. I think we'll come into it later on. Thewlis is now gone. Wright's gone. Sinclair's gone. Downey's, well, we'll come to it, gone. Baird gone. There's only a handful of players still with the club. You'll see them shortly. Thompson got the Player of the Season again, 3rd season running. Signing of the season, River Allen. Unfortunately, I can't get him to come this season. Likewise with Michael Tetty, who was the young Player of the Season, and he only played for half a season. But never mind. So, on to the next one. Yeah, season review. We're expected to finish bottom. And, yeah, that's basically where we ended up. It was a tough season. That was our end of season confidence review. We're now stable. Dead centre 50%, for obvious reasons. Forest Green won the playoff final. So just to show who went up with Wrexham. Wrexham went up and Forest Green joined them, going into League One. And we got given £5,230 for our efforts. I wasn't expecting it, but I did get talks for contracts. This is all it was. It is a bit of a pay cut by 150 quid a week. It might even be 175. But I'm not really in the position to be picking. I thought, well, if I take a pay cut, another club might come into me later, and I might be able to take that job if the right one comes along. So yeah, I signed a new deal. Man U won the FA Cup, for those who were bothered about the top of the table, not the top of the divisions sort of things, because we're never going to win the FA Cup in the league that we're in. Wrexham won the FA Trophy, so they celebrated a double. Yeah, that was just the, overachievers. Buxton were the overachievers. The underachievers were Barrow, Lewis Walters and Jordan Murphy. Surprisingly, Wrexham players picking up the top allocators, top goal scorer and top assists. This was to get into the Premier League. Wolves beat Leeds. You might be thinking, why are you showing this? It's because I'm a Leeds fan, for those who are just joining us. If you've just joined us for the first time, welcome at first. That's the first thing to say. But hopefully you'll enjoy these series, and if you haven't seen the others, I do urge you to please watch them before. But yeah, Leeds United are the team I support. I was hoping they might, last season they survived losing the last game of the season, getting relegated, and this season they finished, I think, 3rd, and they've ended up getting knocked out in the playoff final to be denied promotion to the Premier League, unfortunately for myself anyway. So still, confidence update is still stable, because nothing had really happened at this point. They've provided more cash injection into the club for the running costs. We re-signed Leo Hunt on loan again till the end of the season, so I'm hoping he's going to have a big part to play this season. This is his stats again, his attributes, sorry. So yeah, I'm hoping for big things from him next season. Danny Morton was the first of the exodus, if you like. No problems letting him go. It didn't really feature in my plans. Thewlis, I was reluctant to let him go, but now he's 25. He was shown as a 1.5-star player, so I just didn't think he was good enough. Davenport was the next to go. Then Bradford Park Avenue made a bid. I let him go. For those who are bothered, the Premier League was won by Chelsea. Derby finished 12th when they were predicted to finish 19th, so they did well. Swansea finished 19th. Swansea went down. I'm trying to see who's going where. Championship, biggest overachievers obviously were Leeds, because they... Whoa, what's going on here? Ah, no! Looks like that's just one I've just uploaded already, and now you can see this page. I apologise wholeheartedly. There we go. Yeah, underachievers was Norwich. They were supposed to finish second, and they finished 11th. League One. Barnsley won the League One Championship. I can't exactly remember who rejoined them. Who joined them in the Championship. Worth noting, League Two. Bolton, 24th. Supposed to finish first. Free fall. They're in the Vanarama National League, and they were after quite a few of my players apparently. Don't know why. They obviously wanted to come down into the into the league that I'm in now. But Colchester won the League Two. Yeah. Wrexham, of course, won the league we were in. We already knew that. We weren't down as an underachiever. We were expected to finish where we were. Yeah, so Phillips' contract expired. Didn't think he was going to be as good as what he was because of the injury, so let him go. Same goes with Wright and McCarthy, because I thought it could get better. I'm kind of regretting it slightly because you'll see why shortly. And Diggy, he wasn't really getting into game time, so I decided to let him go. Aribo, he was half of these players complained like a private interaction with us, saying that they wanted to move to a bigger club, so I just didn't stand in any other ways. I need to make some money. As you can see, he got a pay rise himself. He's on £375, I think, or £325 a week. So that's quite a large chunk off his wage bill, and he's gone there. Still stable at this point. I let Ian Evans go because he just didn't perform for us at all. It was very, very poor signing for me. Grimes, reluctantly let him go, but you know, another wage off the bill. That's the way I'm looking at it. Ben Atkinson here he actually retired. I thought I'll try and re-sign him, see if he's still kicking about, because he was key in his promotion campaign. But yes, he's retired, unfortunately. I let Horton go. He didn't really feature for us. Rowlinson was the first signing we made. Sorry, after the loan signing of Leo Hunt. This is his stats. He's not amazing in certain areas like anticipation, bravery and composure, and as his finishing as well, and passing's not great, but he's a quick winger. He's got decent jumping reach, although his heading's not the best, but first touch stood out, dribbling stood out, decisions stood out, determination, teamwork and work rate stood out, aggression as well. Decent tackling stat for a winger. And I've got him in as a winger, basically. You'll see the tactic at the end. Next signing was a centre-back on loan from Burton Albion. He's got awesome hair, to say the least, and this was him, yeah. This is him. Doesn't really have any stats that stand out as such, apart from maybe tackling and obviously teamwork. But yeah, I think he's going to be a decent centre-back. His jumping reach isn't great. He's a bit of a shorter one, but he's got a fair little bit of pace. And he's got quite a lot of room to improve as well. 17 years old. I'm pretty pleased to have him in. Cameron Mason ended up leaving finally to go to York of all teams, probably to be a backup, I would assume. But that's quite a hefty wage for a backup keeper because he didn't really play at all for us. Then we signed Danny Sampson. I think he's a backup left back. Yeah, he's the backup left back. Not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, but he's only showing as a 1.5 star player, so that is why he's back up at the minute. Again, only 18. He's on loan from Burnley. Not paying anything for him at all, so I'm very pleased with him. Then we signed Matty Downing straight after. This was as the left back option. He can actually cover it centre back as well, so he's got decent heading, marking and tackling. Not the best at jumping, with one jumping. And he's only 1m63 m, which is shorter than me. But, you know, he's a left back really by trade, and he's a 3.5 star player to start off with, which I think is very acceptable. Decent mental stats for the vast majority of them. Determination could be a little bit better, but he's going to be our starting left back on £230 a week. Then Cothling left. He was firing goals in pre-season. Eventually he decided to join the list of players who've been wanting to move to a bigger club, so I wasn't going to stand in his way. He ended up going. Bit of a shame. Then we signed this guy, goalkeeper. He's been very good in pre-season. I'm very excited for him, and that's why you know, agility is very high. That's very good. Is that concentration could be better. These could be better, But, you know, handling 12, 1-on-1's 11, reflexes 12. That's not bad at all. Rushing out could be better. But for this level, he's going to be a very good goalkeeper for us at 3.5-star rating. Only £180 a week as well, I might add. Joe Pigott was the next player to sign. He is going to be playing as a false 9 for us. He's not suitable for it. It's like two notches. But it's more the fact that he's got 9 passing, 10 vision. That's the main thing. And it's an all-round game. It's pretty good. Decisions could be a little bit better. But everything else is quick. He can sort of finish. You know, he's got decent dribbling. I'm hoping he's going to be a big player for us this season. Again, he's only on £180 a week. £180 a week for a year. All the players I've signed are on for a year. Dieter Downey, he finally said he wanted to go to a bigger club, and he's gone to the newly promoted into League Two Wrexham for less money. So he's obviously going to be back up, I would assume, on a 2-year contract. Bit of a shame. He was a big player for us in the last 3 seasons, but nothing we could do. They're showing England here in the World Cup semi-final, lost to Italy 2-0, and then they lost in the playoff final. Third place playoff to Mexico 2-0 as well. And as it did end up, Italy did win the World Cup against Ecuador of all teams in the final. No surprise, they were the biggest overachievers. This is the pre-season odds. They're expecting us to finish 8th, so we need a half-decent season. We can't have like the same as the first season where we finished 14th. I don't think that'd be good enough for me to stay in a job, if I'm being completely honest. We need to hit the ground running and not really drop below 8th if we can help it. David Moyer picked up an injury halfway through pre-season. Wasn't ideal. And still stable. Obviously, the slight concern regarding the signing of Pedro Carnero, I don't understand that one, because he had a decent average rating. He was one of the better players we had last season. Obviously very happy with Jordan Jones. Then we signed this guy, Paul Jennings, a striker. He's a target man. Worth noting, I've been looking on Sports Interactive and I haven't picked a tactic out as such. I've made my own using some like guidelines. I've forgotten his name now. It's like a double-barreled like L name. I can't remember what it is now, but I'll find it out for the next video. But it basically goes through step by step and what's the best way to set people up. It's a very, very good read. I do recommend people use it, and I'm going for a target man alongside a false 9 because they're quite the opposite. You don't want people getting in the way, sort of thing. And he's backup basically to JJ Hooper, who is going to play as a target man for us. But the highlighting stats are, in fact, heading, finishing, obviously needs that. Determination, aggression, work rate, anticipation is pretty good as well for this league. So I'm hoping, even though he's only on 2-star ability, he's going to be chipping me a couple of goals. And he's on loan from Accrington for the season, and we're paying nothing for him, so can't really complain. Excuse me. So minimum expectations, the team finishing the top half of this division basically. Pretty standard cup expectations. First round of her trophy, which I think we end up in that anyway. And the fourth qualifying round of the FA Cup, I think we're starting the 3rd, so we've only got that to look out for. Yeah, they're the friendly games. I chose Tranmere and Cardiff. Stevenage are our affiliate, Hearts and Aberdeen. Try and get us some money. Oldham, they always offer us a game, so I always say, yeah, why not? They always go the week before. And we did alright, really. We lost to Tranmere, Hearts and Oldham, but it is to be expected. But this new system I've done, it's a 4-4-2, and we'll come on to it soon. But this is the league as it is now. Obviously no games have been played, and there's his finances there, £113,030. So this is the formation we're going to be using. We've got 3 tactics here. They've got standard, control and defensive. Now the way this works is, basically I've written it down here for me. When we're in a home game and it's close odds, or in fact all home games pretty much, we're going to use a control system. We're going to use standard if we're a large underdog at home. Yeah, large underdog. And for away games, we're going to use underdog every single time, unless we're slight favourites, which we'll use standard. So that's the idea anyway. So let us get into this team selection here. Sam Ward is another one that's wanting to leave. He's the last one that wants to leave. So as you can see here, squad is pretty damn thin. So it's going to be tough. And Sam Ward hasn't really played very well in all the pre-season friendlies, but I'm going to stick my faith in him this time. Tomsit is still here on £600 a week, which is crazy money for him, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, in fact, you know what? Come on, Tomsit, you've played better in the friendlies. Let's put you in for now. Sam Ward can be dropped for the fact that he wants to leave. John Jones is wanted. Worth noting, it seems to be all ball and interest at the minute. I am tempted to try and push Tomsit out because of his monetary value, but he's been such a big player for his last 3 seasons. He's got the player of the season the last 3 seasons, so you know, I'm expecting big things from a few of these players. Rollinson's a very good find. He's done really well in the pre-season friendlies. But yeah, we're going to start with George in net. We're away from home here, so we are going to be using a defensive tactic, which you've got a bit more things happening here. Team instructions. But you've got Smith, Tunnicliffe, Long, the new boy, and Downing as the back four. And then you've got Rollinson and Hunt as the wingers with a centre midfield partnership. We've noted it's automatic for the fullbacks and the right centre mid, purely for the fact that if we have to change the system halfway through a game, it affects this guy and these guys with the mentalities. So basically we're effectively going to be playing with 2 defensive centre midfielders here. Tomsit plays with him, and Piggott, the false 9, and Hooper starts up top as a target man. He's not, you know, the best for there. If I press highlight target man, decisions is one of the worst ones. First touch is poor, but you know, it's quite quick. It's quite strong. It's determined. Hopefully, it's going to do a job for us. It's going to be like 3-star ability, I think, in that role. So that's not bad, and he's very good for a youth team. Obviously, this is a bit different to the youth football. So we are actually accomplished at the minute. We're not that bad off. Let's get into the game. Match preview, team selection. I've already done this. No fitness issues really, apart from maybe JJ Hooper, which is why Paul Jennings is on the bench. David Moyer, we've kept him for now, and he is currently injured still. I think he's on the way back in about 2 weeks. So, I'm going to be quiet, of course. No internet access. Very weird. But anyway, I'll have to worry about that later. Because my Wi-Fi is working, so maybe the lead's a bit knackered or something, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, into this game. We're not the favourites, so we're going to stick on defensive. I guess that we wouldn't be the favourites because of our form from the previous season. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Yeah, might be quiet. It is late at night. People in bed and what have you. We are AFC Telford for the last time we played them, which was probably the last time we were in this league. It's probably when we were doing so poor at the back end. Giggity. Let's just quickly set these going. So we've had a fairly decent pre-season. I'm hoping we can get a positive result to start off our season. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, I've done it again. Speeding through the highlights for the friendlies. There we go. Apologies for that. So we get underway. False highlight as per at the beginning. But there's like the descriptions of that tactic setup is very in depth. Like saying which tactics to use, what kind of manager you need to be if you're in a certain place. Like, you know, if you're a relegation battler, there's certain tactics you need to use. But that is a fantastic goal from Wilson, and that's very disappointing to start the season off. Very good finish, don't get me wrong, but the lead up to it, very poor. I mean, didn't realise Bowden was so strong and can get across through 2 players. Never mind. So not the start I was looking for, and I need to put it more. No, I will do it. It needs to be a short one. So I've just done a load of transfers and stuff like that. So Tomsit chips it forward. It's headed away by Parator. No one's there to pick it up. It's not exactly what I had in mind. But Tomsit wins it back. He's done well there to win it back. Long ball forward. It's a very direct tactic is this, because it needs to be for a lower league. That's another thing that was advised. Hooper picks it up deep now. Finds Carnero. Got a bit of passing flair about him. Now it's Thompson. It's given away again though by the big man. But he retrieves it, and now it's Hunt on this left hand side. Back it goes to Downing. Long ball forward to Hooper. Hooper flicks on and Piggott's in behind. Can he finish with great aplomb? Yes, he can. Good man. On his debut. Instant impact. Good header that from Hooper. That's what I want him to do. If he's going to struggle to get there, at least he's got a bit of pace to try and make an effort to get there. Get there even. Great running there from Piggott. See, that's a good thing about these two. 14 pace and 14 and 13 acceleration. You know, with no slouches up front. Henry Williamson's got a bit of pace as well with 13. JJ Hooper, sorry, Leo Hunt, 13 acceleration. Not the quickest, like top speed, but he's quick off the mark. Ian Smith's often not having the best game. Worth noting, he's now the captain with 13 leadership and work rate and determination being half decent. No one really else to choose from. The other player is Tomsit. He's the vice captain, but Tomsit has got 7 for leadership, so it's not ideal as we miss a chance. As you can see, it's quite, you know, creating a few chances here, clear cut. It is lower league after all. I'm trying to find another centre midfielder so I can replace the guy who wants to leave, i.e. Sam Ward. I'd like to keep him preferably, but he's adamant he didn't want to give it another season. So we're doing alright. I'm going to say... So we're unlucky, because we are really. It's not had the desired effect, but we are going to say no pressure here. And then just do this. We're not aggressive status yet. If we start winning games early on and we get like some superb morale, then I'll most certainly be getting aggressive with them and demanding results basically. But going into the second half, you know, it's well set for us, 1-1. Not really getting dominated, not really dominating, but we've had the better of the chances, should I say. Liam Thompson's not having the best game he's ever had. So with that in mind, we're at the hour mark, he's having a poor game, so he's indeed going to come off for Sam Ward. And another player who's playing very poorly is our captain. Doesn't bode well. So John Jones is going to come off. He's going to come on, sorry. Bit of pace at the back. He's having a poor game. He's got decent crossing though as well as John Jones compared to Smith. Paul Jennings will probably be the other sub we bring on. Maybe Hinchcliffe dependent. Try and see if we can get a debut goal for Hinchcliffe. Maybe. In fact, no. JJ Hooper is a bit tired. I think we have to, don't we? We have to go for it. Do it. Do it now, come on. We need a goal. I think if it gets to the last 10 minutes, nothing's really happened. Here we go. It's a corner for us. Jones with the corner. It's headed away. It's a chip back in towards Jennings at the back post. There's a bit of a mix-up from the keeper. It's bouncing everywhere. 4 million chances. And not one of them goes in, or does it? Hunt! Oh, what I gotta do to score a goal? And finally Rollinson gets it. I believe there was 5 clear-cut chances there in one effort. But seriously, what's the keeper doing there? Several times. That was a good save. But really, I can't really say we deserve that because we had about 800 shots then. We are on defensive, so no point changing it now. For that reason alone. Good team goal, I suppose. And that was Jennings that was massively involved in that. So I'm claiming masterstroke there. And this is going to be a 2-1 win for us because there's only 5 seconds left. It's our free kick as the Long just morphs forward there with his feet. And again, you see that there? Long kick forward and the final whistle will blow, I'm sure. You might as well just blow on your whistle if you're just going to wait 20 seconds for him to take it. But yeah, it's a good start to the season. I'm going to say calmly, Well done, lads. That's a good win for us. It's a good, very good start. Sets us on our way. So yeah, that's that's a positive result to start off with. We've got Charlie in 3 days. We'll have to see how that goes. In terms of our next game, as we look at Bradford City's beating Leeds somehow. Yeah, they made a few signings here and there as well. James Birch being one of them. Schedule, however you want to pronounce it. First game, the next game is probably going to be the Solihull Moors game at home. This one here. Looks like they may have drawn, I want to say. Yeah, they drew 1-1 with whoever. Have a quick look. They drew with Alfreton. So yeah, hopefully we'll do alright against, well, up until that game. But hopefully you'll join us for the next one. But until then, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't, why not press that like button. If you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe. And then if you have any friends or anyone you know who might enjoy this content, please send them in the direction of my channel. Hopefully they'll enjoy it as well, and probably subscribe on there as well. But until then, Solihull Moors that is, I will see you then. Bye bye.